Hi everybody, I hope everyone is doing well. So this is going to be a reading about Chris Proudfoot, who is the stepfather of Sebastian Rogers, who went missing about a month ago in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Still looking for him. New searches underway today. What we're going to look at in this reading is whether or not Chris Proudfoot was involved in the incident. So yesterday I did Katie Proudfoot, the mother. So check that out. And today we're going to look at the stepfather. So this is the bottom of the deck, Sacrifice, which is like the Hanged Man in regular tarot. So this card alone makes me feel like he participated in some manner. He was aware of what happened that night with Sebastian going missing. So he is complicit. An accomplice, I would say. So we'll pull more cards, obviously, to see if it goes any further, and or my interpretation changes. So I'm going to shuffle, and we will get started. So if you don't know, Katie and Chris Proudfoot, the parents of Sebastian, have not searched for him. They're currently not even in the Hendersonville area because they say that, the public is harassing the neighborhood and the neighbors are getting mad. So they've left. They're in, I believe, Mississippi. They're not even searching for Sebastian at this point. Balance in reverse and shadow. He's a wreck, Chris Proudfoot. He hides it. I feel like that he is like emotionally unbalanced in general, but he hides it. I just heard he's a loose cannon. But he hides it. Universe in reverse, which is like the world in regular tarot, and balance, which is like temperance in regular tarot. I feel like moving forward, he is going to get himself together. I feel like this is a wake-up call for him. Before, I feel like he felt like he could get away with anything, do anything. But this has really opened his eyes that he needs to change his behavior. The feeling I get is like he's starting to see this as like punishment for all the misdeeds that he has done in the past. So he definitely knows what's going on. Solar plexus chakra and the universe in reverse. This is like I feel like fix this. He feels like he can fix it, or he has control of it. He feels like he, we'll say, is smarter than the average bear. I feel like his desire is that Sebastian stays missing. Like, he does not want to allow this case to come to a conclusion, which would, of course, would be finding Sebastian. And he thinks he is the one who is going to keep this case as an unsolved case. The feeling I get is like he wasn't there at the time of the disappearance, but he knows. And I feel like he's choosing to keep quiet. Foundation and achievements in reverse, which is like the Four of Wands. And disruption, which is like the Tower. This to me makes me feel like I was home and then I left. I was home and then I left. He says he wasn't at home. He was he was at work 3 hours away in Memphis, I believe. Like this was like I wasn't home and then I changed that. So he was there at some point. He says he wasn't, and he hasn't been there since the beginning of February or something like that. That is a lie. Wisdom in reverse. Yeah, foundation and achievements. It's like they don't know that I was at home. It's like they can't prove that I was at home. Material and spiritual prosperity in reverse, and wisdom in reverse. Yeah, he's like very aware that the police do not have the information that they need for this case. He, again, thinks that he is like smarter than the average bear and that he can pull this off. I think he was there that night. But they can't prove it. I don't know how that is possible with the cameras, but Katie knows about the cameras. How did they pull it off? How did they pull it off? Solitude, which is like the Hermit, and foundations and achievements. This makes me feel like I wanted to be single. This also makes me feel like I wanted to live in that house alone. Heartache and loss in reverse, which is the Three of Swords in regular. tarot, and solitude in reverse. This guy, I feel like, played games with Katie. I feel like he would tell her that he wanted to be single, but he was lying. Transformation in reverse, which is like the devil, and conflict in reverse. That's how he would start fights with Katie. He would tell her that he just wanted to be single. They were having all these problems, but it wasn't true. I don't think he was ever gonna leave. I don't think he was gonna leave her. He was just telling her that because he wanted her to deal with Sebastian. He started fights on purpose because he wanted things to change. I feel like he wanted Sebastian gone, I think. Because he was causing too much disruption. I think that's why he was going to his father's. But I feel like, and I mentioned this in the other reading with Katie, that she just lost her temper. Because everyone says, oh, well, he was going to his father's in a month. Yeah, he was. But before that, his mother lost his temper because this dude, Chris, was putting pressure on her. And he was starting arguments with her and making her life miserable. Solar plexus chakra, which is I can. And mental conflict. This is a man that cannot deal with. This card is the Two of Swords in regular tarot. He cannot deal with mental conflict, as it says. He could not deal with the behavior of Sebastian. He has a short fuse, and he is not a person that can properly deal with a child that has special needs. One more cut and then we'll pull. I think the feeling I get is that he wasn't there for the actual event, but he was there after. Temptation in reverse. Passion ignited in reverse. This is a guy that likes trouble. He's a troublemaker because he likes it. He likes to be in situations that would be considered dangerous. So I would say that he's like an adrenaline junkie. I think he kind of liked what happened, actually. This space where it's like, the police are after you. He likes it. Trying to get away, he likes it. Memories of love, which is the Six of Cups. And conflict and defeat, which is the 5 of Swords. I don't think he likes Sebastian. I also feel like he's the type of person that can't feel love properly. Didn't like Sebastian. I feel like at all. I feel like he wasn't there for the event, but he came back. How he was not caught on camera, I do not know. I'm thinking that Katie went and met him. I was thinking about this last night. What I think happened was Katie and Sebastian got into an argument. Katie, I believe, choked him, and he went outside, and I feel like he went into her work truck or work vehicle. The feeling I get is that after Katie's attack, he was hurt. But I think what happened was she told herself, I'm gonna go check on him in a minute, but I think she was drinking and she fell asleep. So she didn't go check on him, because I think if she had checked on him, she would have found him in medical distress and she would have been able to do something about it, but she accidentally fell asleep from drinking. And when she went and she found him, he was deceased. And that's when I feel like she called hubby, and I feel like he came back and helped her. That's what my theory is so far, but it could change. Because sometimes I feel like I get like portions and I don't get the whole full thing, if that makes sense. Like my very first reading I did on Sebastian, I got that he went out and hid. But then my subsequent readings, I got more of the story. I hope that makes sense. It's like they only give me a little bit, or I only get a little bit, and then I get the rest, or I get the middle, and then I get the end. Strange. I'm still trying to kind of figure everything out. But yeah, okay. Foundations as achievements. I don't know why this keeps coming out. There's something about the house, and it keeps coming out. Awareness. Yeah, he was aware of what took place in that house, but I don't think he was there during the actual event. He's an accessory after the fact. Obstacles and challenges. Accelerated motion. Love begins. Lots of problems in the house. This is the 5 of Wands. There was lots of problems in the Proudfoot home. I did a reading on my own, excuse me, and you know what, which is kind of sick, and I think it's coming through here, is that Katie and Chris have never been better, believe it or not, the relationship. Which I feel like is confusing, but it's the actual facts. They have never gotten along better since Sebastian has been missing. which is sick, right? Obstacles and challenges, accelerated motion. This is the Eight of Wands. In regular tarot, I feel like the obstacles in the household came to a head. Look at this. Love begins. That's why I made mention of this. Because now those two can have what would be considered a normal relationship. The feeling I get is like he's actually happy that this happened. Look at that. Passion ignited, which is the Ace of Wands in regular tarot. Like, yeah, the problems in the household. Rejoice in celebration. I feel like this is like came to a head, happened so fast because of drinking. But I also feel like it's almost like the problems in the house kept the fire actually burning. Like on the outside, it may have looked like, oh, this relationship is not going to work because of all this arguing, but really it was like what kept them together. Stand your ground. Ugh, this is so awful. He and she are like looking at each other with hearts in their eyes because of this. It's like, now I know you love me. That's what he's thinking about Katie. Now I know you really and truly love me. Because you did this. I also, recognition and reward. Okay, so another thing is when Chris would start arguments with Katie, she would like go crazy for him. So that's another reason why he pushed so hard about how Sebastian is a problem, and I keep feeling this, that when he would say, when Sebastian's with his father, look how good we get along, right? Because he used that conflict against Katie to inspire her to come towards him. Look at that. Harmony. Yeah, these two are like literally happy that this happened. And he's also thinking like, what has happened is the fastest way that they could be together, because Sebastian was always going to be an issue in their lives. So for him to go missing, he's happy about it because now they can be together. Universe, which is the world. Yeah. I'm going to come back to this card because this is like the completion card. I want to see what comes after because I'm not sure if this marriage is going to end, or I'm not sure if this is an ending, or it's like, now I've found my life partner. Now I've found the one. Transformation, which is the devil in regular tarot. I feel like he pushed Katie into this by his behavior because he wanted a change. He wanted Sebastian out of that house 100%. Heartache and loss. Yeah, the thing is, this is not turning out the way they plan. This is not going to turn out the way that they think. I feel like this is leading up to the missing, and this is afterwards. This is the fastest way we can be together, but this is the outcome. Heartache and loss. This plan, I don't even think it was a plan. I think it was an accident that turned into a plan. It's not going to turn out the way that they think. Yeah, look at that. Solitude. They're going to end up separated. This is like, it's like when you think you want something and then you get it and it's not what you wanted. This is what's happening here. Katie and Chris are going to separate. Because this what happened is too much. Like, I think that he wanted Sebastian out of the house, but I don't think that he wanted him dead. Balance, which is temperance. Yeah, he was like upsetting Katie's balance. But he was pushing her. Because he wanted things to change. And this, I feel like, too, it was like, it's like he knew that she was going to do something, but he was pushing her because it's like he wanted it faster. And he got what he wanted, but it's coming with heartache and loss. This is the Three of Swords in regular tarot, just so you know. So a lot of this is sort of his fault because, excuse me, Katie felt like she was under a lot of stress. Like she was basically at her wit's end. That's why she lashed out the way that she did. Because he was putting pressure on her. Wisdom. This is the Hierophant in regular tarot. I just heard if I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have done what I've done. He's regretful. Look at trapped in fear. I feel like right now they're in a good place, him and Katie, but not for long. because he's like realizing that what he wanted is not what he wanted. Like, he thought that if he pushed her, he would get what he wanted, which was all of her attention, Sebastian's disruptiveness out of the house. But what he's really gonna get is an ending in solitude and being trapped in fear, because now he's an accessory. Movement, choices, and decisions. He was trying to control the situation. And he did it by causing arguments with Katie and using Sebastian as the reason. Among other things, but that was a large part of the fighting. Look at that. Temptation, which is... Oh, maybe this is the devil. Sorry. This, I think, is the... I got the cards all mixed up. Hold on. This is the devil. I'm just looking for the book. I'm not sure what this is. I think this might be the Hanged Man, actually. I think this is the Hanged Man. Anyhow, I'm gonna keep going. So, this is like distorted wisdom, right? It's like doing things because you think you're right, but you end up being wrong. I feel like he must have used this tactic on other women, get them all upset and try and draw them towards you, which is like stupid wisdom, right? Because he used that, and Katie had so much resentment towards her son that she lashed out because he was pushing her, causing arguments and threatening to leave, and which is something that he didn't even really want to do. He may have even threatened to kick her out of the house based on the solitude and the foundations and achievements card. He may have threatened, like, I want to be single. I'm going to take this house from you. You got to do something now. And she did. She may have said, she may have told him this is your fault. Victory and success. Yeah, I'm trapped by the victory and the success. Question is he involved? The answer is yes. He's an accessory after the fact. But really, I would say he is to blame. He caused arguments so things would change. Oh, and they changed all right. Through his, he was trying to get what he wanted, which ultimately was Sebastian out of the way, but not like this. I feel like there's something here about a plan. But anyhow, he may have come up with the plan after the fact. But like, this all happened, I feel like, out of the a bit out of the blue. Like, I don't think he was thinking that she was gonna call him and tell him that what happened, because it happened so fast. But he thought, okay, now we can be together, but now it's just heartache and loss all the time. Yeah, this is, look at wisdom and temptation. It's like what he knows is bad. Like, he definitely knows what happened. He knows for sure what happened. He thought they were going to be together, but they're going to end up separated. They got trapped. I'm trying to figure out if he came, like, at the very least, he knows what happened in that house that night. I definitely think he came back and he helped. Let's double check what's at the bottom. This is like my death card, spiritual strength. This is like the 9 of wands in regular tarot. Definitely knows. Did he help? Did Chris come home and help remove Sebastian's body? He is the reason why this happened. 100%. Heart chakra just came flying out. And this was all for love. Sick love, if you ask me. Trapped by success. That's what's going on here. He tried to get what he wanted and he got it, right? And now he's going to pay for the consequences. Emotional loss. Yeah, this guy feels no love in his heart. I don't even think for anybody. At the beginning it was like I wasn't home and then I came home. Was Chris there? Did Chris help remove Sebastian's body? Like, there's nothing in his heart. Chakra. Again, I still feel like the feeling I'm getting is that he wasn't there, but he knows what happened. There might be a bit of guilt there. Like, the feeling I get is that he wasn't there, but he knows. And I feel like these cards here are saying, like, I love you, I don't love you. This game that he plays, he's gonna give it up because he now is seeing the consequences of his actions, the true consequences of playing with someone's emotions, which is what he did with Katie. So I'm just going to go over one more time. Awareness and foundations of I know what happened in that house. The obstacles and challenges, passion ignited. It's like the problems in the house, I recognize that they get you moving, basically. And what I ultimately want is transformation. I feel like he used conflict in that house to cause problems. Yeah, it's like the balance of my movements and my choices. Because when they would fight, Katie would be like running to him to make sure everything is okay. So that's why he caused all these problems. But he used Sebastian as the reason. He couldn't have said, oh, I don't like your hair, or whatever it is. But he used Sebastian as the reason why there's problems. The feeling I'm getting is like he was fighting with her that night about Sebastian. So when Sebastian acted up, she lashed out because Chris was making an issue about him. Everything happened so fast. Now we're going to be happy. But instead we got heartache and loss. This is basically what I used to think is crap. It's like now we can be totally in love. And I do want to say that right now they are. I'm telling you, right now they have never gotten along better than this moment. But it's all going to turn to shit. Excuse my language. Look at love begins. Now I know you truly love me. Because this is kind of what I think he thinks. It's like, if you love me, you'll deal with this issue. She did. But not in the way he thought. The feeling I get even coming through this temptation card is like he got tricked. Because I feel like the divine was just like done with his behavior. This is not the first time he's done this. Used conflict to get what he wants. But he didn't think it would ever come to murder. I say manslaughter. Manslaughter. But it has. So he thought, well, if you love me, you'll stick up for this relationship. You'll do what I want. You'll show me that you love me. But you know what? And then love will happen. Right? But what he's going to find is that is not the case. Love is ending. And he's going to be alone. And you know what? Not only is he going to be alone, he's going to be trapped in fear. With his success. That's all he gained, was living a life of being trapped in fear because he's he's participated in this crime. I am telling you. What's on the bottom? Fulfillment of wishes. There's something that he has done that makes him guilty of this crime. Like, at this point, all I can say is that he knows what happened. There's nothing... Like, the cards that I have of him saying that he wasn't home and then he came home... I can't say that that is like he participated, but what I feel like may have happened is that during that 3-hour phone call that he supposedly had with Katie, they were doing something nefarious. I'm pretty sure that he knows what happened, but there's something that he did that makes him guilty. And I think it's like he helped her via the telephone to dispose of Sebastian. I'm gonna shuffle one more time and pull. I may do another reading to dig deeper and to see what he, if he was truly there. Was Chris present when Sebastian was disposed of? There's something that makes him an accessory, for sure. Just not sure what it is, because all that's coming through is that he knows. And the only thing I can think of is that he helped in the disposal, but via telephone. And the only one that can give him up is Katie, to say that he helped. So maybe that's why he's sticking by her side. Third eye chakra, which is like I see. One more, I'm gonna end it because it's getting a bit too long. Sorry, I'm already at 46 minutes. Third eye chakra. One more. Patience. This is patience. I got all these cards mixed up. I'm not sure what this is in regular tarot, to be honest. Number 14. It's like I see patience. Patience. That makes me think like I'm not participating, but I am seeing what you're doing. Yeah, like I don't think, okay, again, I don't think he was there, but I think he helped by giving instructions. I think via telephone. It's like he told her what to do, or he told her where to go, or he was just like on the phone for support. What I'm going to say is this: he knows what happened, and he is an accessory for sure. But I think the only one that can give him up is Katie. There's no actual proof. Unless they can, unless that phone conversation is recorded somehow. Maybe she recorded him. There's no proof. So that's the end of the reading. I'm going to stop because it's getting a little bit long. So leave your comments. I love reading them. And I'll see you guys next time. Please tell me what you think. Okay, bye.